Hi and welcome, Dan Thorpe here. Today what we're going to do is a blues workout in 3 parts. It's going to be perfect for beginners, intermediate and more advanced players, okay? We're going to do some really cool licks, 3 licks in particular, okay? Nice and simple to start with, then we're going to work to the more intermediate one and then more advanced lick, okay? So the advanced lick is going to be like this. Okay, that will be difficult for some, but not as difficult for others, okay? So use the word, advanced, like loosely, okay? Basically, what we're gonna do as well, which makes this super exciting, is play all 3 licks all around the fretboard on every string, okay? So that's gonna help you unlock the fretboard, learn more notes, and have more fun, which is really important with the guitar. And, not just blues playing, but all playing as well, okay? So here's the 3 licks. The first one is gonna be very simple. It's just based around the blues scale. All of them are based around the blues scale in E. Okay, so the first lick is this. Very simple, but you can get a lot of flavour from that if you add a bit of vibrato on the last note. Simple stuff played well makes such a big difference. A lot of people try and overcomplicate stuff, but a little bit of vibrato adds a bit of pizzazz. It's like seasoning, a nice dish, okay? Salt and pepper makes a big difference, okay? And vibrato is very much like that. Maybe a little bit of chili sauce in there as well, okay? But here we go. So it's fret 5, fret 3, 5, 3, all on the high E. That is the basic lick, the first one, the starter one, okay? Played like that, it sounds kind of boring. But what we're gonna do is pluck the open low E string just to fill out the sound, and then do that 5, 3, 5, 3 on the high E. And then a bit of vibrato on that 3, okay? Just wiggle the finger, keep the pressure on to get vibrato. There's lots of ways to do vibrato. It's a subtle skill, it's an important skill. Work on that in isolation if you want to, and then work on these licks, okay? So we're gonna play that lick and then we're gonna move it around. Different places on the fretboard. On every string. There I've just done the high E, the B, the G, the D string, the A string, then the low E. Okay, that's a simple lick, okay? And then like I said, we've got the more intermediate one, which is this. Okay, and we're gonna move that around as well. Okay, and then we're gonna do the more advanced lick. Sounds slightly different on different strings, but I'm gonna talk you through the notes as well, okay? So let's begin. First lick, okay, 5, 3, 5, 3 on the high E. That's the note of A, and then at the 3rd fret is the note of G, okay? Simple, 2 notes. Then you're gonna find that A note on the B string, which is at fret 10, and play the same lick there. So it's just 2 frets lower, 10, 8, 10, 8. So nothing changes with the distances between the 2 notes. It's 2 fret gap. Okay, sounds slightly different, just due to the tone and the different strings, okay? Then we're going to move it to the G string and we're going to play fret 2, fret 0, 2, 0. It's an octave lower now as well, so this gives us a bit more range, which is cool, okay? So, and then we're going to go to the D string and play it, so we find that A note on the D string, which is fret 7, and then 5, 7, 5, okay? Again, sounds a bit bassier there, because it's a thicker string, okay? Then we're going to go on the A string, find the A note, which is fret 12, and do the same there. Okay, and then the low E string, and again this brings it an octave lower. So fret 5 of the low E string is the note of A. Okay, so that will help you know where all the notes are, what's the G notes and the A notes, okay? What you can do is just practice that lick over and over on all 6 strings, okay? Like that. Okay, it's nothing groundbreaking in terms of how it sounds so far, but when you put it all together it's fun, okay? And like I say, you can fill out the sound by plucking the open and low E, just to add a bit of richness, a bit of bass, okay? And what we'll do now, we'll put it all together into a 1 minute workout. We'll play each lick on each string twice, okay? And then we'll just move on to the next string. It'll be 1 minute. Then we're going to move on to the intermediate lick, do the same again, and then the more advanced lick. So you've got a whole range of workouts here. 3 minutes, 3 1 minute workouts, and it's going to be lots of fun. Let's begin with the first one then. Ready? did the last one an extra time just to get to the 1 minute level basically. Okay, so that's our benchmark of 1 minute. Right, that's the first one. If you did good at that and enjoyed it, great. Let's move on to the next one, which is this lick. It's a little bit more advanced. We're using 2 strings instead of 1 here, okay? And what we've got is fret 5, 6, 5, 3 on the high E, and then 5 on the B. And that's the note of E, which is the note we're finishing on, okay? So 5, 6, 5, 3, and then 5 on the B. The notes there are, like I say, on the B string, fret 5 is the note of E. Then we got the note of G at fret 3 at the high E, A at fret 5, and A sharp at fret 6, which you could call B flat, but we'll call it A sharp. Okay. So take your time with that, practice it there, get it sounding good, make sure you're accurate with your picking hand. Then we're going to move on and play it on the B string. Okay, there is a little bit of a difference here. The pattern stays the same on the first 4 notes. Okay, so you've got that gap of 2 frets and then 1 fret. Okay, I'll explain more of that in a second. But then when you get to the G string, because of the tuning of the guitar, we're going to have to switch the pattern slightly on that G string temporarily, just for this string. Okay, so remember, you're looking for the pattern of 3, 5, 6, that 2 fret gap between those notes and a 1 fret gap between that note there. Okay, and then when you get up to here, it's the same. So you find that A note, put your ring finger on, so it's in that same position, and you do fret 10, 11, 10, 8, and then you're going to go to this note here, which is the note of E, and that is fret 9 of the G string. Okay, so when you're playing about with G string and B string notes and learning the fretboard like that, you've got to be careful with those 2 strings because of the tuning of the guitar. Okay, but it's worth, you know, getting good at that, and it's really actually worth knowing that that fret 9 of the G string is an E note. It's a good marker point, as I call it, a good point. I always know that that's an E instantly, okay, because E is just a very common note. Okay, so once you've done it there, then we're going to do it on the G string, and it's just fret 2, 3, 2, 0 on the G string, and then 2 on the D. Okay, then we're going to go to the A string. Remember, that pattern is the same, so it's fret 7 of the D string, 7, 8, 7, 5, and then fret 7 of the A string. Okay, then we're going to go onto the A string itself, okay, and we're going to do fret 12, 13, 12, 10, and then fret 12 of the low E. Then we're starting off on the low E string itself, and we're going to do fret 5, 6, 5, 3, and then finish with that open low E. Okay, so rewind that, watch that a few times if you need to. We'll play each lick twice on every string. We're going to start off on the high E, then the B, the G, the D string, the A string, and the low E string. So work through each string if you need to, and then we'll do the workout. Okay, so when you're ready, and we'll go. Okay, and you know, we're almost at a minute there. Don't have to be overly precise, okay? But if you do ever want to add vibrato onto an open string, you can just bend it a little bit behind the nut, okay? Just a little bit of pressure on and off. And that's what we can do on that final low E string lick. Okay, so now then we're going to do the more advanced lick, which is this. more notes here. It's like a bit of a combination of the two previous licks, okay? So this lick then, it's fret 5, 6, 5, 3 on the high E with hammer-ons and pull-offs. So pluck fret 5, hammer on to fret 6, pull off to fret 5, pull off to fret 3. That's the first bit. Get good at that on its own. Gives you a bit of speed, that, okay? And then we're going to do 5, 3. And then we're going to do 5 on the B. And then 3 on the high E. So break it up into chunks. First chunk, second chunk, third chunk. And all together. And then with a low E note as well. Okay, and then we're going to take that and play it starting on the B string. Okay, and all that is, you know, it's the same patterns. Hopefully you're spotting the patterns now between where your starting points are and, you know, the actual fingers you're using and the notes you're playing. Okay, so fret 10, 11, 10, 8, 10, 8, and then we're going to do that fret 9 of the G string to fret 8 of the B. Okay, so that one. Okay, then we're going to switch it to the G string. So we're finding that A note again. Okay, and it's fret 2, 3, 2, 0, 2, 0, then to the D string, fret 2, then open G to finish with. And then we're going to go to that D string, just like we have done so far with all the others, and it's fret 7, 8, 7, 5, 7, 5, then switch to the A string for fret 7, and then the D string to fret 5. Then we're going to go to the A string itself, and do this, not that. And it's 12, 13, 12, 10, 12, 10. And then the low E string 12, the A string at 10. Okay, and then finally we're on the low E string now at the starting point, and we do 5, 6, 5, 3, 5, 3, open 3. So 5, 6, 5, 3, 5, 3, open 3. Okay, let's put it all together for the workout then. Okay, 1 minute, and let's begin. And there you go. Right, that is a fun little workout. It's quite heavy, there's a hell of a lot of stuff there involved in that. You know, what we're doing basically, we're playing 3 different licks, we're playing them on 6 different strings. So there's a lot of content there for you to digest, so do take your time, do keep coming back to it, be patient with it, don't try and learn it all in one go. Okay, start with the easier lick if you need to, build up to the next one, build up to the next one. You need to just work on one lick, on one pair of strings, then do so. And then, you know, you can move on from there. So I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the blues, and you got to check out this workout here or this one below. Okay, these 2 workouts are so much fun. They've had a lot of love. Okay, so you're going to really enjoy them. So click on one of them now, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye bye.